Sports coverage of the NFL has us at newly named State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals are set to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. A first carry for the Fordham Ram, Chase Edmonds. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run with Edmonds. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Murray's throw into the hands of Kirk. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give to Edmonds. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd and 8 coming up. From the gun, Murray. Buying time to his left. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
On 1st down, Edmonds. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Edmonds. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And it's caught. Touchdown! Kyler Murray with a touchdown throw to DeAndre Hopkins. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. A first down throw, Darnold. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on second and less than a yard. The second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
And now the throw here is incomplete. And with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Second down and 10, Darnold. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On first down, it's Darnold. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
That's it, ready. But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards on the run there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd down now. It's Hubbard. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Trimble. As the first half is winding down. And the Panthers are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to him a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
They're going to throw for the 2 with Darnold. It's caught at the 1. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
Fields this way up at the 17. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Well, Charles, you know, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before the break. Darnold eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
We can't be stopped.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football at State Farm Stadium. And for the call, let's head back out to Glendale and hand it over to Brandon Gaudin.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
From the 29, Darnold. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, Darnold. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing again is Darnold. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A third quarter now, a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again. As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Darnold gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? First and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he won't quite make it to the 25. To go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Second down and another run with Edmonds. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Edmonds, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Murray's got to have this one. Going deep for Hopkins. And this one is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. Flushed out right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That is caught. It's Anderson. Touchdown Panthers. So Sam Darnold, not really known for having the strongest arm in the NFL, but he certainly laid that one out there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
To throw is Murray. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. And down inside the 10 at the 9.
Let's go.
A huge play there for Arizona.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
47 line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Another carry now for Edmonds. Not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now this likely a must-have, 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run with Edmonds. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Chase Edmonds, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2. It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray on the move to his left. And he'll get in for the 2 points, as that'll cut the lead down from 11 to 9. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Jalen Thompson picks it, and this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. Flush to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Murray.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that'll move him back within 6 now.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Darnold. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. Escaping the pressure right. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
Sports coverage of the NFL has us at newly named State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Second down and another run with Edmonds.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Edmonds. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Launch 49. Launch 49. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Murray now on first down. They'll roll him out right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Out to his left. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going for it. It's Murray. Steps away. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Well, they had that great, long, methodical drive to put it in the end zone. Then they tried to bite off a little more and get 8 points. Instead, they're sitting at 6.
But didn't that feel like a decision that they made on Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, you usually say that's what they do, right?
Right. That's the best one. The best ones do that. They take the emotion out of it. That felt like that was scripted. Hey, if we score in the opening drive, we're going to go for 2 and try and really gain an advantage.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Singletary to get the drive started. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Allen. His throw incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Oh, they needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the 1st drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
A couple of 1st downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Allen. Flushed out right. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big gain there for the Bills.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
He'll swing this out to Moss.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Allen to throw once more. Dancing to his left. This is caught. Touchdown, Bills.
Dawson Knox, a touchdown grab from Josh Allen.
And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point forthcoming. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
2nd and 10.
Murray now. Eluding the pressure right. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Come on, QB, come on. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Here's Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football at State Farm Stadium. And for the call, let's head back out to Glendale and hand it over to Brandon Gaud.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaud, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides, and there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Allen. Checks that one down, complete to Moss. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 41. Allen now looks to throw. Going deep for Diggs. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs. 41 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Murray going to throw. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Murray now on first down. Zach Ertz has it complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And the Cardinals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Play fake. Murray rolling to his left. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Cliff Kingsbury going to decide here to leave the offense out and go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And a little element there of chasing points, because that's the 2nd time they've had a failed 2-point conversion. Now they're down 2.
Yeah, you don't kick it the first time, and now you feel like you're in a position where you have to go for 2 in this spot. The chasing points, hard to catch up. That's why a lot of coaches make it a hard, fast rule. Don't go for 2 unless you absolutely have to.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen rolling to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
It's a jet sweep. Sanders. And some room to work. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Singletary again. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 30.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Allen going to give it to Moss. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. To throw is Allen. Sliding out of the pocket. He finds his man. That's Sweeney. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They'll run on first down with Moss. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter.